Around the Table on Harrison's original KHOZ.
And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ed. It is a Tuesday.
Oh, I was getting ready to
What were you
get up
getting
out of
ready
my
to do?
seat. I was going to treat it like a Wednesday.
Well, you want every day to be a Wednesday?
Well, you say the words that you say on the day that we're supposed to.
Okay. You want me to give you a cue?
I need a cue because I get all. No, you can't
Kick it.
No, I don't need a cue. But
I've got a poll. I'll bring a poll and
I might need a poll.
jab you. That'll.
Like it's today.
It's today. It's not today. Today is 2 for Tuesday, because we are full of guests today.
We are.
We've got 2 segments of different guests. We have. You want to tell us?
Up first
Matt
will
Bell.
be Matt Bell
Yes,
with Explorer Harrison, and he's going to just give us updates on all the stuff and maybe a little insight in Tyler Farr concert.
A little what?
Insight into this upcoming Creekside Amp
Yeah.
and the Tyler Farr concert. And
Tyler Farr. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we also have Marty Burlsworth, who will be here to talk about the Brandon Burlsworth football camps, which are happening later this month.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there you are.
We
There's your scoop.
We like the details.
The details.
The details. Capital D, then that rhymes with me, and I'm ready for lunch.
I want to know what y'all think about the music. The intro music today.
I like it.
It's kind of like completely different.
Well,
Which is not a bad thing.
It's old for us, though, right?
That one's not what they played today. I have no idea what that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not our old 726. It wasn't
I
the
gave
other.
her. I gave her the wrong one.
It wasn't anything that I recognized whatsoever.
I think that was the old 726 music.
That may have been pre-Ann.
You like that?
Yeah, but it was, I don't know it. I was just like, it's changed again.
It's changed. Maybe we should have different music every day.
You want that nightmare?
Who's going to, yeah.
No, I don't.
Who's going to do the editing?
I'm just thinking, wow, he just changed it and he's getting ready to be gone.
Right?
I better remember that it's something different. So who knows what it'll be when
Have
you're
you never
gone.
heard that music before?
No.
Oh. It could be when I did the show over in Mountain Home. It could have been that music.
How did you send her something new
I
yesterday?
I did send her some music, and
She
I was.
probably put exactly what you sent.
She did. She
Okay.
did a good job, and we're talking about.
Stephanie,
Yeah, Stephanie, the
IT guru.
She does everything. She does IT. She does.
I hear her doing voiceover stuff.
She does voiceovers. She does the scheduling.
Yeah.
She's the all-around go-to gopher.
That's probably why she's pulling her hair out sometimes. I don't know.
Well, thanks a lot, Stephanie. We appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you.
We'll have you change it to the original
Well,
music.
who knows? Y'all tune
That's
in
all right.
tomorrow just to find out what music there is on our intro. Yep.
Okay, so we got 2 guests today, and then we got some great things to talk about.
Yeah.
Some wild things around the world. Some wild stuff happening. We were talking a little bit earlier before the show about the trial. What's the trial?
P. Diddy.
The P. Diddy trial that's starting today.
Golly, man.
Man, that's is that just from fame, when you just go bonkers, when you go crazy, when you just think that you're above everything, and you just.
I think that part happened.
What's that?
They thought they were above
it all?
everybody, and they were in control.
Well,
you got money to do it.
They were showing some, I think, security video from a hotel or room or something like this in the hallway, where he was in a bathrobe kicking some lady on the ground.
It was supposed to be his girlfriend, I think, or something at
He's
the time.
pulling her hair and dragging her.
Yeah, it was horrid. There is so much, we may not ever know the inside information. That would be my prediction.
Yeah.
They'll keep that from us. Perhaps.
I
don't know if they can, but
I wonder if it's going to be televised.
I kind of suspect no.
Yeah.
I think there'll
It's
be
gonna
too
be
much
too
backlash.
gross.
I think they're going to have to really monitor who comes
Yeah.
in that courtroom because I think there's going to be a
Well,
bunch of wackos.
Well, too, there's
could.
probably a bunch of well-known people involved in some of his parties, which I've heard, some
I've heard rumors of that.
scuttlebutt about that.
So I, no,
they're
I don't
probably
think
gonna
they'll
keep
make
that
it to
quiet.
They probably will. And how about that? Because if it was me on trial, do you reckon they'd keep it quiet?
No, they
No, they wouldn't. I'm a no. It's just whatever.
The nobodies
I
don't count in the
I
world,
don't-
right?
There's no fairness in that. In
Yeah.
my humble opinion, I want to know. Inquiring
Well,
minds
yeah.
want to know.
Well,
Just like anything else. Is it not public knowledge?
we got a note.
Okay. We had a note at the window.
Did you
Well,
see it? I
like
couldn't see
it.
that far.
It was, we need to give some tickets away to a truck pull.
Oh,
That's what.
okay, let's do that.
So, that's our reminder.
We're going to throw the tickets out the front door, and whoever comes. No, I'm not going to say that. There'll be people coming
We have a
up
truck.
here.
Do you know the number to call?
I don't.
Y'all,
I think it's. I don't know the phone number. What's the new phone number?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go find out.
We'll do the second break. How
We
about
will.
that?
We will. Well, yeah.
We are tap dancing on our toes
Yes,
today.
we are. Very much so. So,
Well, let's talk weather. That's pretty important. What do
let's
you want to do?
also talk, though, about Paradise.
Paradise
we
Cream.
Need to,
Oh,
we
yes.
need to do our,
Yes, yes, yes.
our things for that. And
Yeah, Paradise Cream. Last year we had such a great time with Paradise Cream. They have a mobile truck that's parked right across from the Pizza Hut on Main Street, and they're becoming tomorrow. They're going to be starting their operation tomorrow, and they've got all kinds of different flavors. And it's the most creamiest ice cream that you will ever taste unless you make it yourself.
it is really good.
And I asked the owner, I said, do you make this with real cream or milk? How do you make? Oh, that's real cream.
Only real cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want a really smooth and nice textured, old-fashioned style ice cream, it's Paradise Cream.
There you go. Okay, I do have a phone number, so when we get ready to do our
Okay.
ticket giveaway, let's just say it. Can we just say it rather than go to
Yeah.
straight to that? Okay, we're going to give tickets away to the truck tractor pull that starts the Saturday, May 10th. That's this Saturday, starting at 7 p.m. The Harrison Roundup Club Arena at the fairgrounds, and you can win a pair of tickets, but you have to
Oh.
call us at 870-302-3034. There you are.
And then the first caller, or
Yeah, the first one to call. Let's just go with the first
you
caller.
want to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah. We're going to make it
get this
simple.
set up.
All you have to do, well, I mean, if they don't call,
I'm waiting.
Okay, so
and
call.
we'll mention it if you're driving and can't. I don't want you on the phone while you're driving, but if you want
Yeah.
a pair of tickets, there's 2 tickets for you and someone else to go to the tractor pull, and that's this weekend, right?
right.
870-302-3034, 870-302-3034. Call now, and we have 2 tickets for you. So I'm waiting for the phone to light up.
All righty.
Call now.
Meanwhile, let's do the weather then. I just
Okay.
wanted to spit that out there, man.
All right.
Okay. Today, it looks like it's sunny right now,
Looks good.
but there is a 30% chance of rain after 4 p.m., increasing clouds with a high of 73. Tonight, rain and thunderstorms likely at 80% with a low of 54. Rain likely continuing into Wednesday morning and a chance of precip of 60% with a high of, I don't know. I'm looking and it's not jumping out at me.
Where? Today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, high 67.
Thank you. So a high
It's
of
a little cooler,
67
yeah.
with a 60% chance of rain. Wednesday night, a 30% chance of showers with a low of 55. And then Thursday, a chance of showers, high of 70% chance of showers, though. And Thursday night, 40% chance with a low of 54. And then you want to do Friday?
Friday, 30% chance of showers remain in the forecast. Mostly sunny with a high near 72 degrees. And then Friday night, mostly clear, low 46. The rain is out of the area by then. Saturday, high 74. Sunday and Monday, looks like the high is going to be close to 80, which is your weather.
There we go. All righty.
Okay. Phone lines are still open if you'd like that pair of tickets for the truck pull. If you're a truck pull kind of person, give us a call now. The first person to call, 870-302-3034, 870-302-3034. Call now.
And just get on it. All right.
In the meantime, let's do our topic to ponder.
All righty.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Yes.
Okay.
This is all about ghosts
The paranormal.
and the paranormal this week. Okay. Do you think ghosts are more likely to be friendly, mischievous, or malevolent? And why do you think that?
Casper was friendly, so I'll go with friendly.
Well, I've encountered some ghosts.
Okay.
But yes. And I think they just want to be known. I think they just want you to know that they're there.
So what are you saying? Friendly?
I'm saying, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But I have a couple comments from today,
All right.
from today's topic to ponder. Let me get there. I should have done this earlier. But we say, come on.
Do you want me to read anything?
I've got, you got them right there?
Yep, as long as.
Debbie Van Oker, Van Overbeek Harder says all of the above, but I've only had experience with mischievous. My ghost would move items around in my store, play with the music system, and turn on the lights. I want to go there, wherever she's at. She's in Florida.
Oh.
Yes. Also, Leslie King says, I only believe in the Holy Spirit, so definitely friendly. My wife Kelly says, I would say they could be any. Like Leslie King said, the Holy Spirit is definitely friendly. Hillary says, friendly, personal opinion. I think most are either lost or not ready to go to the other side. Energy is free-flowing. Perhaps they manifest to help.
Well, all righty.
So, yeah.
That's graphic on Around the Table Facebook page.
Yeah, and if you've had experience with a ghost, we'd like to know about it. I would.
There you go.
Or the afterlife, or weird things that happen. You ever
Unexplainable
had somebody
things, I guess.
that has passed on that you felt has tried to connect with you after they're gone? You've not. Okay. All right. I've heard stories of that.
I've heard of that. You know, there used to be people that would tell you, I don't know what they were called, but they would communicate supposedly with the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
anyway, do you think ghosts are more likely to be friendly, mischievous, or malevolent? And why? That's a big word for me.
Yeah. Wow. Did pretty good.
There you go.
We're going to move on to different hard words next segment.
Okay. Can they
Okay.
start with B?
Can you start with B?
Yeah, I don't
You know,
know.
there's some words that I will say and use, and then when I see it written, I go, what word is that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's do some history.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
It's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's smoke and it's flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast of the humanity.
88 years ago, the German dirigible
Dirigible, yeah.
Hindenburg burst into flames and crashed as it docked in Lakehurst, New Jersey, killing 36 of the 97 people on board and a Navy crewman on the ground. It was one of the most famous broadcasts ever. Reporter Herb Morrison described the event for Chicago radio station WLS. I used to listen to that
Yeah.
all the time.
I used to listen to it here
Yeah,
in Chicago on
can remember
AM. Not
Was it on?
It was on AM. I can't remember the number. But
I don't either. But
used to listen to
they
it.
played good music.
I think they were. I think they were illegal on their transmission.
Really?
Man, they were. Look, Chicago. That's like 10 hours away, 8 to 10 hours drive
Yeah.
away.
But we could pick it
600
up.
miles, 500 or 600 miles. Yeah. How
So that's probably not. Well, back in the day, I wouldn't have known. You know,
They had some extra power tapped into some nuclear power plant or
maybe
something.
they were riding on the coattails of another radio station. Who
It
knows,
could
right?
be, yeah.
I leapt rather than ran over those last few yards.
This was 71 years ago. Britain's Roger Bannister became the first athlete to run a mile in under 4 minutes, recording a time of only 3 minutes and 59 seconds. He later recalled the feat.
Help me, I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance.
I'm the police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here. I'm free now.
Wow.
Wow. that's
12
weird.
years ago, kidnap rape victims Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight were rescued from a house south of downtown Cleveland, where they were held against their will. They had gone missing separately about a decade earlier, taken by their captor, Ariel Castro. Amanda Berry escaped and contacted the police.
Did they say that was 10
Wow.
years?
That's what they said.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
I, Charles, do solemnly and sincerely, in the presence of God, profess, testify, and declare that I am a faithful Protestant, and that I will, according to the true intent of the enactments which secure the Protestant succession to the throne, uphold and maintain the said enactments to the best of my powers according to law.
That's some heavy
No.
reverb going on there.
Yeah.
They have to do that in the basement somewhere?
He was probably in like an who knows?
He's probably, I think he was crowned at Westminster
Yeah,
Abbey.
yeah.
This was 2 years ago, 2023. King Charles III was crowned at Westminster Abbey in a coronation ceremony steeped in ancestral ritual, and at the time when the monarchy was striving to remain relevant in the fractured modern Britain.
And rock singer Bob Seger was born this day in 1945. He is 80.
Okay.
We all remember Night Moves.
Welcome back to Dancing with the Stars. The results. Last week, we introduced a new competition featuring some fearless and adorable ballroom dancing kids who turned our cold-hearted...
This was actually, it's a birthday cut. 70 years ago today, back in 1955, Tom Bergeron was born. He's the TV host of Dancing with the Stars.
You betcha. And
Oops, I'm sorry.
Stupid. This is
Oh.
stalking or something. Okay, we came, we saw. That's enough. Let's go.
You want to do that one?
okay, actor
Yeah.
George Clooney was born on this day 64 years ago. That would have been 1961. He first rose to fame on ER, but then hit it big in the movies. He got an Oscar nomination for his role in The Descendants.
And then another birthday cut is actress Roma Downey was born on this day in 1960. She's 65 today. She is best known for her role as the angel named Monica in Touched by an Angel, and had a theme song which we cannot play.
And the last one, I think our audio was kind of squirrely, so we're not going to...
Let's see if it plays.
Okay.
I took that tab test again. I scored a 7.8. Last time it was 2.8. According to that test, I'm reading at a 7th and 8th grade level. Next year, high school. After that, college.
Actress Gabi Ray Sundibe was born on this day in 1983. She's 42. She was nominated for an Oscar for the Best Actress in her title role in the movie Precious. All righty.
Okay.
There we are. I think Matt Bell's here.
Matt Bell is here.
Oh, my gosh. Look at his shoes. You can see them. I think we're going to make him show them on air.
Are those
He
are
matches.
those cowboy boots?
We match.
Oh, we do.
No, they're
Yeah.
not cowboy boots. No.
Oh, okay.
I believe they're
We'll-
athletic shoes.
We'll have to reveal the shoes.
He's got his orthopedic shoes.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Matt Bell from Explorer Harrison. Find out all about what's going on with him. And the new stage, I think, is being erected.
Yes.
We'll find out all about that. And the first acts that will be here. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We're going to take a break. And welcome back to Around the Table. We got the man with the plan. He's got all the information on this new stage that's coming up.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
What in the world are you guys doing?
I'm going to go down there and do an update video on the progress. So, yeah, hopefully I get a good shot for everybody. If you haven't liked it already on Facebook, look up Creekside Amp and become a follower, a friend, or whatever, and keep track with. Keep track of what's going on down there.
Now, is the stage completely done? Or
No.
you're going to be putting what are you going to put, a cover?
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll have a metal roof 30 feet off the ground, I think, or 30 feet elevation, so that they can hang all their equipment, lights and sound, music stuff.
And you think of amphitheater type, which is calling it an amphitheater.
Right.
But you traditionally think of that being down,
Yeah.
with seating like this, but it's going to be kind of the opposite.
It's a lawn
thought.
seating.
It's just,
Yeah.
a
Lawn seating with an
it's an
elevated
outdoor
stage.
event.
Yes.
Space.
Yeah. But Creekside Amp just sounded cool.
Yeah.
Well, sure it does. It kind of rolls off your tongue, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. It's Creekside Amp.
Yeah.
Well, there was this big hype about who was coming and things such as that. And I know it got announced, but I'm going to let you tell people who it is and a little bit about that.
So we got Tyler Farr, a multi-platinum selling artist, and he is coming. It's June 27th. And then before him, we have Sadie Bass, who's kind of an up-and-coming artist.
Okay.
She's awesome. So, and then the local band that's opening is Chris Luneau.
Yeah.
The White
Luneau
Buffalo.
and the
Yeah,
White
Luneau.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I keep on killing his name.
Well,
Luneau.
they changed it.
And the
like
White
they just
Buffalo.
changed their.
We're excited to have him.
Yeah. Their name.
But yeah, so gates will open at 5. First act at 6, and then Sadie at 7, and then 8 o'clock we'll have Tyler.
So is this going to have a concession area?
We're going to have food
associated
trucks.
with it?
Yep, we're going to have
Okay.
food trucks. We're working on getting a taco truck. We already have Pappy's that's coming, and we have one that's going to have kind of fair food, walking tacos, that kind of jazz.
Do you think you'll have your own permanent concessions at some point in time?
I could see that
Yeah.
as a possibility.
Yeah.
But
if you got a good relationship with the truckers,
we've got 4 hookups for food trucks, and so it's already there. Let them come on down and make a little bit of money and be a part of the event.
Yeah.
That way you can help promote local
eateries.
Yeah. Eateries.
Yeah. So, and then we've got Brick and Forge. They're going to have the beer set up. So we'll have beer tents, I guess.
Okay. Where are they? Where's Brick and Forge? Do you know?
Oh, Brick Oven Pizza.
Oh.
It's Brick and Forge is their brew that they.
Okay.
That's their microbrewery.
Okay, so again, local.
Brick Oven Pizza will be taking care of the beer garden this year, or for this one.
And for people that don't know, they brew their own beer in the back.
The only brewery that we have in town.
Yeah.
And they brew it.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I'm not a beer drinker, so I don't really, but connoisseur of beer. But.
Yeah, they worked on trying to brew some other alcohol too, but I don't think it didn't take off. I think they're sticking to beer now.
Yeah.
Well, they seem to have gotten a good fix on it, handle on it.
Yeah.
So,
no outside food or beverage allowed into the Creekside Amp when we're having concerts for obvious reasons. But we are telling people bring their own chairs, lawn chairs, folding chairs.
Because there's not seating
it's lawn,
provided.
Yep, it's just like you go to the amp, but instead of just having the blankets, which you could bring into the amp at the Walmart amp, you can actually bring chairs in here.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to let people have chairs.
Yeah, bring your favorite chair.
Will there be any a lot of times you go to a concert and they want for women, especially, to have a clear bag or something.
We prefer clear bags, but the rule is nothing larger than a 10 by 12.
Okay.
Bag.
And will there be like checking, or do you? It's kind of a
ain't
a different
nobody wanting to reach into
atmosphere.
your
So
purse.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just letting people know what to expect.
It's all about who breaks the laws that you have to start enforcing things.
Yes.
Right.
And different artists are going to have different security measures that they require before they'll even come.
Okay.
This one's not quite as stringent, so bring in your purses and.
I never thought about the fact the artist kind of dictates that. But.
No strollers though. No strollers or car seats because you can smuggle propaganda in those. I hate that, but it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No strollers, no car seats. Bring your babies in on your hip, and that's all we can do.
Where do people enter from?
So they'll enter from the parking lot at Creekside Community Center. Parking lot A is going to be the main parking lot, of course. Parking lot B will be, and it's on the creeksideamp.com website, but parking lot B is the Youth Center parking lot, Brandon Burlsworth Youth Center parking lot. Parking lot C then is the old City Hall parking lot. And then parking lot D, we're going to open up the Ann Staff Bank Soccer Complex parking lot. And we'll have shuttles. So we'll have golf cart shuttles, and we've got a bus. I've got a 20-passenger bus that will shuttle people to and fro.
Okay.
Now, how many events do you think you'll have this year?
This year, I'd say we're going to be doing good, Dan, to get 4.
Okay. Do you have those booked already? Or?
No, we're still working on act number 2. We're looking at a rock concert in July, but we still haven't inked anything yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you're very involved because of Explore Harrison. You and people from Creekside. What's the collaboration there?
Yeah, so the city partnered with our organization, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, or the CATPC, which funds my office.
Okay.
They partnered 50-50 to construct the stage.
Okay.
And then because we have been successful at hosting events, fireworks, balloon festival, etc., we were chosen. Hey, why don't you guys just run these concerts for now? Now, eventually, when it grows and it's something substantial, I could see a nonprofit being, taking care of it and running the show. And us just being what we're supposed to be, which is just promoters. We are the tourism agency for the city of Harrison and the advertising agency for the city of Harrison. So we're not necessarily event based, but we do it. We step up and we want to make things happen in the community.
Yeah. Are you doing the? Are you person to person with the act, or are you using an agency? I know that Jamie Holt was really involved with trying to find.
Yeah, Jamie's been a great partner.
Okay, good.
I rely on all of my local people that I can, and Jamie has always helped me get directly to artists when possible. We did go through an agency for this one, and the great thing about that is if you get to an agency, you can find out what's, touring dates, scheduling dates, and when we can get somebody that, like Tyler Farr, that's coming through the area.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
And, hey, yes, we can plug them in. So they've got all of those artist calendars right in front of them, and they can say, okay, here's and we got them for substantially lower than we might have otherwise had to pay. So,
okay.
Well, that's awesome.
We really are all in. I'll be blunt with it. Our all in for this concert is going to be right at $50,000. That's advertising and promotion, booking the artists, the sound and lights, everything. So $50K. People want huge names. We got to recoup that 50, and then we'll keep building.
Well, a lot of acts start out at 50,000.
Yes,
so I mean, you got to really.
Tyler was a $60,000 act, and we got him for half.
Yeah.
So do you have people here that are going to do sound and lights? I mean, is it a local? How does that work?
So we did farm it out to a company out of Conway. Another connection that Jamie has because their equipment is substantially better than maybe what we could have gotten just right here in Harrison. So
okay.
Yeah, if you would have asked me, I had a couple speakers and a microphone.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'll tell you, I'll give a little teaser. I've got a really cool meeting tomorrow scheduled with a local individual, and we're going to be looking at doing a comedy night out at Creekside Amp.
That's cool.
Stand-up comedy, right?
That's cool.
Stand-up comedy, and we're looking to maybe just do that for free for the community, so everybody can come out.
And you looked at me, and that reminded you of that?
That's what it was. You're funny. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Oh, boy, yeah.
So, it's not just going to be a music venue. We can do other things there. We're looking at the possibility of doing family movie nights out there at Creekside Amp.
Yeah.
So, kind of like what North Ark did with their amphitheater.
Sure.
And they did the summer movie series. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's going to be good. It'll be good to see that being utilized on a regular, continual basis.
That field sat vacant for I don't know how long.
Right.
Stopped playing football on it. They did practice some. Seventh grade did for a while, but it's just been sitting there.
How do they get tickets?
CreeksideAmp.com. VIP, which is up front and center, is $40, and then it drops down to $30, and then it drops down to $20. Very affordable tickets.
Very affordable.
You're not.
You go to a concert, you pay a lot more than that.
You're not going to get, and you know what? You're going to be getting good local food truck food, so they're not jacking up their prices.
Yeah.
Like you would go to a big venue and you're spending $20 on a burger and fries. No, it's going to be what you would buy if you went to Pappy's right now.
Yeah.
So VIP will just put you up front. There's no other
Yep.
perk with it, right? Just
Nope,
okay.
just up front and
Up
center.
close.
We've got a capacity of 200 up there, and then we have 300 of the premium lawn seating, which is your mid tier.
Okay.
And then you got 1,500 of the general
Yeah.
admission.
Oh, wow.
Well, I hope this is very successful.
I do too.
Because we'd
Yeah.
love to see this on a regular
Can you
basis.
keep up with the progress of ticket sales yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 3 days, we crossed over 100 ticket sales,
okay.
and most of those are VIP. Those
And
are the
that's
ones that
a
go
month,
fastest.
more than a month out. So
Almost 2, yeah.
Yeah.
A month and a half.
Great.
Great.
We just
Anything
gotta-
else going on down there at Fort Harrison?
You know, I get to go on a trip next week with a great group of representatives from our community to pitch Harrison becoming another Main Street Arkansas town.
Yeah, Main Street. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
How's that going?
We go next week to present to the state commission or whatever, and then ultimately seek their approval and hit the
Okay.
ground running.
Well, I wish you well
it
with
was
that.
successful before. It should be successful again.
I think there's a lot of huge momentum right now in
Yeah.
our
Right.
downtown.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, I'm just telling you, the networking that's going on within the downtown region, it's incredible. Good stuff.
Wonderful. That's
good
what
to
we
hear.
like to hear.
Very good to hear.
Well, Matt, thank you.
Always a pleasure to come on.
I do think y'all
You-
should see his kicks.
You've got to see your shoes before you leave. Let's see your shoes.
Oh, you want me to take
Yeah,
them off?
no, I
don't
just want
take
you to
'em.
just stick your foot.
Oh, he's taking
What?
them off.
Y'all, this man is like
Those are-
multi-matched here.
That's like a semi-tractor trailer.
I mean, they're
What
big.
size
It's a
are
boat.
those?
That's a 15.
Oh my gosh!
That's a small little boat.
I could put both of my feet in there.
Yeah, I'm not giving them to you, though.
Matt, thanks so much,
Hey,
buddy.
thank you guys. Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we've got Marty Burlsworth talking about the Brandon Burlsworth football camp.
And he's got his little granddaughter with him.
Oh,
So maybe
cool.
we'll meet
All
Blake
right.
as well.
We don't need Marty. We'll just get all the information from her.
Yeah.
Stick
you
around.
go.
We'll be right back.
Around the Table on the original KHOZ.
And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We have in the studio with us Marty Burlsworth and his granddaughter Blake. Hi. How are you doing, Blake?
She's prepared.
Yes,
she is prepared. She knows where to put her mouth close to that microphone.
She did a good job.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, we were talking to her. She's 6 years old, and she's going to graduate from kindergarten, and she's going to go up in the major leagues up to first grade.
Yeah.
Big girl then, huh?
She'll be a big girl then.
You bet.
Well, Marty,
right.
you've got the Brandon Burlsworth youth camp or the football camp coming up real soon. You want to kind of fill us in on that?
25th year.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
You know, I saw that on there. I says, "There's no way."
Isn't that crazy?
There's no way.
25 years of these football camps, and so and then I guess you could say celebration of that. Vicky, my wife, might question that appraisal of that, but we are adding a third camp.
Oh,
so,
really?
Wow.
I remember
boy.
being on the phone with someone talking about it. She's looking at me like,
No.
Let's not do more.
It's going to be really good. It's to be in Northwest Arkansas, and we're going to be at Farmington.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Coach Tice is there now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that worked out great. So we'll have the camp at Farmington, and that'll be May 29th. That's on a Thursday. May 30th, our normal Friday Harrison camp, and then May 31st in Little Rock at War Memorial. So, we've added a third camp, and, they're filling up
Wow.
quick.
Yeah.
So
When you say 25 years, is the passion still there? I mean, you just added another camp, but there must be some kind of passion.
It is. I mean, this is what we do, and then and not only just for myself and Vicky and all of us, but we've got Brandon's teammates that have done this for most of those years. Have been there. We've got Jodine Davenport and Chad Abernathy, I think, have missed one camp each.
Wow.
So they've been at almost every one of them. And then we'll have a lot of his former teammates like Anthony Lucas and Hubert Loudermilk, and a lot of these guys that will be there. And guys that played before, guys that played after, guys that are playing now. Since NIL and all that, it became the Wild West in college football. They're able to volunteer, and they do volunteer. They're not getting any NIL. I mean, we don't advertise who's going to be there anymore. In the early days, for probably 15 years, we'd say these Razorback players, that campers, they know who's going to be there, but they know one thing: Coach Tice is going to run a great camp. Vicky's going to have it very organized off the field, for break times off. We're ready for this group to go, but it'll be very organized. And that, the third thing is they just hope I'll stay out of the way and not mess it up. So if all those three things go right, we're in good shape.
Well, and we're talking about the football camp, but people who may be listening right now don't really know what that entails. So if you wouldn't mind to explain to people, we know, but there are people out there who don't know.
That's true. Well, these are the Brandon Burlsworth football camps. Brandon, my younger brother, by 16 years, Razorback player, came in as a walk-on. We have the College Football Award that's on ESPN. The Burlsworth Trophy presented each year for the number one player that began their career as a walk-on. Brandon, became all-conference player, first-team All-American, 63rd overall pick in the NFL draft. 63rd overall pick, and from a player that no one believed in to begin with, and that's one thing. These
what a
camps,
story!
Yeah, that's right, and it's a camp. The kids get to hear this story. And they get to hear about you can do whatever you set your mind to. That, to me, that's as important as what they learn.
A work ethic.
And, just right. Don't only it matters what you think. Don't be told you can't, or don't listen to that. You can if you set your mind to it and have the work ethic. And that's important too. And so I always like that when we're speaking to groups, wherever that is, we want to dream, have dreams, but to make those dreams come true, we got to work. And if we don't put a work into the dream, to me, it's just a wish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wishing, but I'm not going
to
put the work into it. So that's the kind of thing they get from the camp. And we'll have campers and their families in from. Well, last year we had some in from West Virginia, Alabama, Illinois. I've seen some from Illinois in already. These camps run from 8:30 to 12:30.
That's phenomenal to have that kind of response from that far out, especially for a 4-hour camp.
For a 4-hour camp. Yeah, and we've had over the years families call, said, well, we want to come. Is it worth it? And my wife's talked to me. She said, it's worth it, but I don't know if it's worth for. And they come. They come.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That speaks to
it does.
The integrity of it.
It does, and they, the camps do have a great reputation. One thing, we know what's going on when we get there. I mean, there's months of work, as you guys know, doing anything that you got to prepare and plan for, and every minute little detail, timing wise, all these little things that we got to make sure, and then all the infrastructure details that are boring but are necessary, such as meals for all our camp or Razorback players, camp volunteers, hotel accommodations. All
you pawned that
stuff
off on your wife, didn't you?
Yeah. And she doesn't want me taking care of that. I actually did. Hey, that reminds me, a few years ago, I did take care of all the hotel early days, and then I got kicked off of that pretty quick.
There you go.
Yep.
You were demoted.
I was demoted.
What you were doing. You did that on purpose. Self-sabotage.
Possibly. You know me pretty well, eh?
That's funny. That's funny. So are all the camps full?
Not completely full, but for those listening, I wouldn't wait much longer.
Yeah.
Little Rock is almost, I know we may go a little bit over, but we've got like 4 spots left in Little Rock.
Wow. Okay.
Farmington is getting close to that. Harrison, we've just now put out some scholarships that we had waited to put out. Those are it's gonna catch up pretty quick. So I would say within the next few days, if you're listening, you want to get your child registered for camp. It's BrandonBurlsworth.org. The camp icon is right there on the homepage.
Okay.
Don't delay it, because when we're
gone.
full, they're full, and we don't go over that number, because to have a good camp, it's got to be manageable.
Yeah.
And we in the past years ago, we didn't cap it. We didn't try to cap it. And then one year in Little Rock, we had like 350 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
And we weren't getting kids through the drills the way we wanted to.
Yeah.
We made adjustments in the middle of camp, but it was not working, and that was the first time. So, okay, can't do that anymore. So we don't do walk-ups anymore. At that time, we allow walk-ups, and at War Memorial on Camp Day, it's a pretty cool scene. I didn't realize this till last year. I walked outside when registration was going. They're wrapped around the building.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So. Wow. And all these people are pre-registered, so we don't do walk-up. You can't walk up day of camp anymore, because we've capped our numbers. But you've got time to get in if you're interested. Get that registration. It's just $45 for this half-day camp. And this year we've got some real extra special giveaway things that we're doing. We've got some fun games we're going to be doing, and but we are going to be they're going to get some high-dollar items.
Remind us what ages we are looking
We're looking at boys and girls, and we do have girls.
Okay.
7 to 15 years old.
Okay.
7 to 15 years old, and but that pre-registration is, or registering early. Pre-registration is required, but registering early is very
essential.
important. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Well, again, you can do that by going to BrandonBurlsworth.com.
.org.
Sorry,
.org,
.org, and register there. I was looking. You can follow their Facebook page, Brandon Burlsworth Foundation, and see all the information that's put out there about what they're doing.
Right. And I don't take care of that either. They took that.
I'm not surprised.
We know, don't we?
Well, Marty, thanks so much for coming, and Blake, thank you for coming. We appreciate you so much for supporting your grandfather here. He needs a lot of help, as we've just found out during this interview.
Yes, we all know that.
And take him out for an ice cream later, would you?
Gladly. Thanks, Dan.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and go to BrandonBurlsworth.org. This all starts June 27th. Is that right?
May 29th
I'm
is the
sorry.
first camp. May 29th is the first camp.
Okay, I've written something down. May 29th.
First camp, May 29th, Farmington.
Okay,
All righty.
First one. Go to the website and find out all the details. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table. We've had a busy day today.
And we did not give away our tractor pull tickets.
If you want,
you have just a few minutes to get that done for today.
Yeah,
and
you can
call what's the number?
You can call us right now at 870-302-3034 if you want to go to that tractor pull for free. We have 2 tickets available for the first caller that calls. That number, 870-302-3034.
And remember that Dick's 5 and 10 are doing their streetscape and giving away money. Giving away money, people. It's free.
They're giving away $500 a week.
Yeah.
And $100 per person.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think, is tomorrow the day that Paradise Cream actually
Paradise Creams opens tomorrow.
Okay.
They'll be located right across the street in the parking lot next to across the street from Pizza Hut.
Right.
Yes, in that parking lot.
Okay.
For the best ice cream around. We have tried it. We have enjoyed it. We have gotten fat over it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, it's all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was a story here that I thought was really funny. There's a 7-year-old boy in Utah managed to drive the family SUV 9 miles so his sister could get a Happy Meal. And his mom says he's grounded for life. That's a little extreme, don't you think?
Well,
but he might have a future as a truck driver because he seems to be a natural. He bumped into a few vehicles along the way and even flipped off another driver.
Wow.
And did we mention that he's only 7 years old? But he got there in one piece despite not being tall enough to see over the steering wheel. He even wore his seatbelt the whole time and had cash in hand for the Happy Meal.
So he... But he had a free finger to do some flipping off, though. Yeah.
That's some brotherly love right there.
I bet if that had happened at my house and it was me as the mom, I would have probably said, you are grounded for life as well. But do I mean it? No.
No.
But I probably would have told him that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, howdy. We talked about the P. Diddy trial that's coming up. There's people standing in line.
I bet.
Are charging hundreds to get for seats.
Wow.
The start of Diddy's trial has kick-started a cottage industry in New York City, and people are charging money to stand in line all night to snag you a seat inside the court. I guess they're going to stand in line for you?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, okay. The going rate is $25 an hour, which some people waiting 12 or more hours. That could run you $300 to $400, and it's only jury selection. Wait till the trial gets juicier, and some line sitters start charging double or triple that rate.
Oh, I bet they will.
I might go out to New York this weekend.
You want to go do that? You want to be a line? You want to?
I'll be a line.
You want to apply for the line sitting?
Yeah, I can stand in line.
But then you don't get to go in and see it.
I don't care about the trial.
Okay.
I can make a couple $1,000 just stand in line for somebody.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. The whole. Do we need to go on? Are we about out of time?
You're about out. We got 2 minutes.
Well, I'm not going to read this story then, but I am going to say it's National Nurses Day. So say thank you to all the nurses out there. Me being one, although I'm an ex, but so. Yeah,
there you go.
Former. It's also National Teachers Day. Where would we be without those impactful teachers?
Okay.
Yeah.
National Foster Care Day, and No Diet Day. So if you're on a diet, go eat a donut. National Beverage Day, sit back, relax, and sip on your favorite beverage.
It doesn't have to be booze either, people.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Just some kind of beverage.
Iced tea, cold
water,
iced tea.
Water.
That's it, guys. We're going to take a break for the rest of the day, but we'll be back early tomorrow at 9 o'clock. See you then.